called airlines at the top. They cut that out and started doing the train call. And the airlines haven't figured it out. They just don't know any better. They got the time, they don't know any better. Okay, so this is the engine class. Real quick, I'm only going to call half the roll today. I flying OV-10s for a year. I came back as an instructor at OV-10s in Florida. I went to A7s, and I ended up in A10s eventually. T-37s. Finally retired from the Air Force. And then I went into the airlines for about 16 years in the airlines. A320s, 737s. I prefer the 737s over the Airbus things. And then I retired. I saw I went through this program. I came out here to see what I was doing. Looking for somebody pilot. They wanted someone else to teach engine. So I'm a pilot, not a mechanic. It doesn't matter. You know, teach primarily pilots anyway. Teach them what they need to know about engines. Of course, pilots don't know anything about engines. They know Zippo, because nobody teaches pilots anything about motors. So I said, okay, I'll try that. I like that. So I learned a lot about motors since I've been here, trying to make you guys smarter on engines. Now I got to where I really like it. Next best job to flying combat is right here, teaching you guys about motors. Believe it or not, it's kind of a fun thing to do. Today we're going to talk about my expectations of you, and then we're going to talk about pass out the syllabus. So pass out the homework. We're going to talk about the syllabus, and then we'll get into the meat of the course today, okay? That's my goals for today. I got homework to pass out, and of course you want the syllabus. The syllabus, all the stuff is on Canvas already, okay? I'll send you the Canvas code for you to join on Zoom if you want to. I don't record the Zoom sessions. I want you, if you're sick, not feeling well, you can catch the lecture on Zoom, okay? We don't do labs on Zoom. You can catch the lecture if you're not feeling good. But we don't record them. I don't encourage you to come to class. The best way to do this class is come to it in person. You don't get as much out of Zoom. Too many distractions on Zoom, okay? But you can't get by on Zoom if you're sick or something, okay? So I'll try to have Zoom up for my lectures. And then let's get into it. I don't think we have anybody on Zoom today. Show you my expectations. Okay. Real short presentation here. What I expect from you. Okay. College student etiquette. Did anybody taught you etiquette before? How do you react to these PhDs out here? Anybody told you anything about how we work together, how we address each other and stuff like that? Anybody talked about that at all? No, probably not. I didn't expect they would. They didn't do it when I was in college either, and they don't do it out here at ASU either. But so I seen one PhD in our department chew out a student for addressing her as Mrs. So-and-so. She was a PhD. PhDs don't like that at all. So general information applicable to all universities, wherever you go. Doesn't matter if you go to London or wherever. Be polite and respectful both ways for the instructor and the student. Reciprocal. What do you need to know? Don't be uncomfortable because you don't not know how to address your professors or your deans or whatever. Here's some simple guidelines to help you. Promise and attendance. Don't come late. Why are you coming late? It's rude to come to class late. It's not acceptable behavior. Okay? Be here on time, ready to go in your seat. Unless there's something unusual going on. There was a time when society was more formal. It still is formal out here. When you're talking about university, it's still formal. Polytech campus is still, small campus is still formal, okay? So conduct yourselves appropriately and you'll be appreciated more by your instructors, okay? When society was more formal, professors were called Dr. X or Professor X. Always Dr. X if you have a PhD. If you don't know, just call him Professor. That's it. The aviation section is still very formal. Some professors prefer to be called by their first name. I don't know anybody in our department likes to be called by their first name, okay? Kimbo is not acceptable. That's slang, and I resent it. Don't call me Kimbo, okay? I will not recognize you. It's rude, okay? Aviation section is very formal. The professor-student relationship is professional relationship. There's like a captain and a first officer in a cockpit, and the flight attendants in the back of the airplane. It's a professional relationship. They conduct themselves professionally when they do their flights. It's the same type of deal here at school also between your teachers and the students, okay? Professional relationship. In the mall, if I see you in the mall, I don't care. Doesn't matter in the mall. Just like in the cockpit of an airplane, very professional conduct between the two individuals, okay? Professor is called Dr. X. You don't know how to call him professor. Everybody's a professor out here. If you got a master's degree out here teaching, you're considered a professor on the university. On community college, you're a professor if you're teaching at community college also, okay? You may not be a professor in the mall, but you are when you're teaching. Don't just your school. Don't say yeah, nah. Say yes or no. Speak plainly. You're supposed to learn to be educated out here for 4 years. You don't use slang like that. Terms talking to each other, okay? Don't call your professor Mr. or Mrs. That's a high school convention. It's only appropriate for high school people, not appropriate for college or university people, okay? What about teaching assistant? Teaching assistant, call them by their first name if you want to. We don't have too many teaching assistants. Mr. Bradsky is the only teaching assistant I know of in our department right now. We call him Mr. Bradsky, okay? You could use Mr. with Alan Bradsky. He's our teaching assistant in structures class, okay? Mr. is fine, that's what he expects, okay? Nobody gets offended by calling professor if they're teaching at a junior college or at a major university, okay? And it's never assume it's okay to use first name. It's never okay to use first name unless the professor tells you that, okay? I doubt you're going to find that anywhere on the ASU campus. Call your professor something. Don't say, hey, you, in the hallway, okay? Say, hey, professor, or something like that, okay? Get their attention. Don't just say, hey, you. That's inappropriate, okay? Let's see. Emails, formal correspondence. I do not use Canvas email systems, okay? I do not even look at it, don't refer to people. Don't waste your time sending me a message on Canvas. I'm not going to respond to it, okay? I don't even look at it. The official way for student and instructor to communicate is through emails. ASU email system, I'll communicate with all of you, okay? I don't have your phone number. I don't have access to your phone numbers. If I have a problem with you, you don't show up for a while, I'll usually call the advisor. They have your phone number. They can track you down. Hey, are you still alive? You still in campus? Or have you gone to Alaska somewhere? You know, if you just drop off, don't show up, I have no idea what's happened to you. You don't respond to my emails. That happens every semester, once or twice. I always have advised and they have the numbers to call and track you down, okay? But I don't have your phone numbers. Don't judge Professor George because he doesn't want you to use his first name, last name. It's just not mean he's a jerk. Doesn't mean I'm a jerk, but I'm not a jerk. I don't think I'm a jerk. I don't think you guys are a jerk either. So we have a professional relationship between the two of us, okay? What else? Let's see. Don't be afraid to ask your instructor what he wants to be called. Here's the basic rules. Always be respectful. The instructor, good doubt she's a professor. He will always return that respect and be polite to you also, okay? It's just the way it works. It works that way after you get out of school also in your business. Let's see. Here's the daily philosophy for this class, for all classes, even after you go to work. I believe in my students. I celebrate my students' successes. I respect my students. I'm always nice to my students. In return, what students supposed to do is be respectful, be responsible, positive every day, trustworthy, and help one another. Okay? To get through the class. Okay? Successful. That's it. It's bigger than a wastebasket size. Fire department says we can fight it or we can call the fire department. If it's bigger than the wastebasket size, expect to call the fire department. I don't see any buttons. There's buttons in the hallway. Pull the buttons down. Tons of ding, 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 ding. Fire department will be coming out here. Or we can call them on our phones also. And you have to tell them. You may get an operator out in the West Valley somewhere. Tell them Polytech, AGBC, room 140. Okay, be specific. And then we're going to exit the building and we'll go get out. We're going to go away from the fire, either the back parking lot or in front of the building here toward the union. Get away from the building that's on fire. Okay. And let's see. If I collapse for some unknown reason, here is your emergency response guide over here. So most likely at my age, I'll probably have a heart attack, something like that. Okay. So you don't have to go here and say, hey, it says medical emergency personnel. You can read that, and it says call the hospital, call 911. Hey, I'll be dead by the time you read all that. Do that, okay? Call 911. You don't call 911, okay? There's an emergency response guide for all the other situations that are way out of. We never have those things, okay? And okay, that's enough on emergencies. Let's go to a course with our syllabus. Let's go through the syllabus. We're going to go quickly. You can do a more detailed review later, okay? I want to hit the high points. Okay. Let's see. This course is designed to teach you basic information about reciprocating engines and turbochargers. We'll do that in jet engine. The last 4 weeks, 5 weeks, we'll do turbine. I'm training turbine pilots in here to work for the airlines business or go into the military and fly turbines for the rest of your careers until you're 65 years old. A few of you might stay as in reciprocating engines as an instructor for your whole career. Generally, you're going to go airlines or military. Okay? That's going to be my emphasis on this course. It's going to be on turbines. Okay? If you're not a pilot, it's okay. Stuff you'll learn as air traffic control will help you also. New air traffic controllers don't like this class, but I'm sorry. The PhD's made a decision. You have to take this class, and they're not going to change their mind. Okay? I suppose the airline takes off in front of you, 30-foot takeoff, and climbs out here, boom, boom, boom. You see fire smoke coming out of the left engine. The guy's going to call you, tower operator, saying, "What do you see, Mr. Tower Operator?" You'll tell here, boom, boom, boom. I see fire smoke coming out of your left engine. That's what the captain wants to know, so you make sure whether you shut that engine down and let it run at idle, okay? This is what you tell him, he's going to respond appropriately. Okay, so you know what you're talking about when you talk. If you're boom, 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 he probably knows it's a severe compressor stall. Okay, and you'll know that too from this class. If your UAV keeps on, the big UAVs have jet engines on them also. So don't worry, UAVs are still appropriate for those guys. How about management people? Hey, you may be working for American Airlines. Some of our graduates actually go to work in maintenance. 2, no, 3, no. Every one of you guys and ladies is an A student, okay? All you gotta do is study a little bit more than the other person, perhaps, okay? How do you make an A in this class? Here's something to tell you. Attend face-to-face classroom lectures and laboratory sessions. You never miss a class if possible. Of course, if you get sick, I don't want you coming to class sick, okay? But we'll have to recover what you missed. The department's laboratory is on an in-person only. So you got to come to class. You're working as a team in power plants class. First half semester, you're part of a team. You're going to take the engine apart, put it back together. If you're not there, the other 3 guys have to do it all by themselves. So we're supposed to teach you how to be part of a team. You do that by showing up to do your part. You're a team of you're in an airplane as a team. Flight attendants and pilots here to make a team, okay? In the military, you're part of a team so you can beat the enemy and survive to fight another day. So teamwork is important, and we're required to teach teamwork at the university every 4 years. Let's see. It's tough to make up some of the labs because we change our lab equipment out every week. The best way to do a makeup is come to one of the other 2 labs. If you missed your lab, come to one of the other 2 labs to kind of make up what you missed. After a week, we change the materials out, and you can't make it up. You can't make up all the labs in power plants, okay? It's impossible, okay? But we do the best we can. So, let's see, unexcused absence results in final grade penalty of 2 points per week. Unexcused absence, you cut my class just because you don't want to come to school. Unexcused absence, we take rolling lab every time. If you don't show up, you don't email me the next day, I just assume you're unexcused absence, you don't want to come to class, you just don't give a hoot. So I just log you as unexcused absence, okay? I may check with you sometimes if I have time, but if you don't respond, hey, I just said you don't care. So I'll log you as unexcused absence. You lose 2 points per lab that you don't show up for. And when you get to a total of 8 unexcused absences from lecture or lab, I'm gonna dump your letter grade one whole grade. The final course mission, you drop 1 whole letter grade. If you're a C student, which we don't have anybody here, this is no A student, right? If you don't have a C grade, you'll be dumped down to a D, okay? Not good. That's a lot of absence, unexcused absence. 8 is a lot of unexcused absence. How do you meet that qualification? Yeah. Okay, so you get graded on lab. If you don't show up, you don't have an excuse, hey, then you lose 2 points off your final course grade, okay? You only have 15 labs, okay? Let's see, what else? Course policies, we talked about being successful. We talked about that. You gotta do, Dean requires me to quickly say, what do you need to do to be successful in course? Hey, you come to lectures, come to labs, study, do your homework, study for your tests. We have only 3 tests, and then you're gonna make an A+ in this class. It's just that easy. But it's a lot of homework. Oh, I don't like to do homework. Have students that don't refuse to do homework. If you don't want to do homework, that's okay. That's just 10% of your grade you're not going to get, okay? So you start out 92 the best you can do if you don't want to do the homework. If you don't do the homework, you don't do well on your test. Your grades are your scores are really lower on your test if you don't do the homework, okay? So why not do the homework and make a higher score? Do the best possible score you can while you're in this class. Can you get hired as a C student? Yeah, you can get hired as a C student. They're so desperate right now for students, for pilots. They're so desperate right now. The airlines are all desperate for pilots right now. If you got a warm body, you're probably going to get hired by one of them. These airlines are the bigger airlines, okay? Grading. So here's my grades. Where's my grades? Oh, somehow I got skipped out. Maybe I got skipped out of my, left out of my revision. But here, we got you. Look on page 7 for your grading, okay? I like the plus and minus system. I know some students don't like it. It's too bad. If you make a 97% average in this course, the final course average, 97%, you deserve an A plus. If you make 90%, you still get an A. That's an A minus. A is an A, but you get an A minus, okay? So I give the super students little pluses, okay? I'll still give you an A. If you can make 90%, I'm going to give you an A. You still get an A minus. A is an A. What can I say? And when it comes to, so there's my first test. Chapters test, Unit 1 test is 20%. Unit 2 test is 20%. Final examination is 25%. And you can do a lab book on the engine. So don't worry about that in the lab. You do a book documenting your reassembly of your motors, okay? That's worth 10%. 5% for the engine reassembly, 5% for your lab book, okay? And I'll give you a lab book to go by to start with. And then we're going to do 2 field trips. One to American Airlines for Wednesday night labs, and Monday, Tuesday labs are going to go to American Airlines engine shop, okay? The other lab is going to go to Chandler Airport. Across the street there is an engine overhaul shop, piston engine overhaul shop. We're going to go there. You get 2 labs. Each one of these boxes, you get 10% of your score is lab. What you got to do? Just show up at the field trip. You don't have to learn a report, you know that stuff. I just want you to show up and listen and learn and ask questions, okay? At these 2 field trips we're going to do. In order for you to do a field trip off campus, I need you to sign some paperwork. Permission slip. You're going to have to sign a permission slip for all 3 locations. And there's an extra form I have to get you signed for American Airlines. American Airlines is real particular. They got an extra paper they have to sign for American Airlines. When you sign these forms, I put them all together, collate them all, put them in a package. With my little form on top of it, and I said, Professor O'Brien signs it as a chair, giving us permission to do a class away from campus at these facilities, okay? You gotta sign the forms, permission. If you don't sign the forms, you don't get to go, and you don't get the points, okay? You know, if you sign the forms, you get sick, you give me a medical excuse, and I'll give you the points, even though if you got sick, okay? You like these field trips, they're really good. Students all look like. You don't hear me talking anymore, and you hear these other guys talking. You see these LEAP engines at American Airlines, see LEAP engines, you see 737s at Southwest hangar. So it's really good field trips to see real motors, okay? I give you on turbines, we give you turbines about mid-semester. I give you an extra book that's optional to do. You do that, you get 3 more points for homework, okay? You get 13 points for homework. It's easy. It's not that hard to do, okay? And just make yourself, just discipline yourself, make sure you want to do it. Last thing, special deal. What will we do then? You will come back in the following fall semester. When I'm back in school in the fall semester, I'll give you the final exam then. You fill out a little piece of paper that says, hey, I'll get an incomplete grade. When I take the final exam, my grade will be changed to whatever my score would be, okay? A little incomplete form. So don't tell me, I need to leave early because I got a special deal going to Newark. Well, no, you're not going to get the exam early, okay? Everybody understand that? I'm not going to give you the final exam early just because you want to go home 2 days before my final exam, okay? Monday is the first day of final exams. Monday is always, we always have our finals in this class on the first day, Monday afternoon, okay? Everybody understand that, okay? Now, how about if you got military duty? Calls you out. If you have military duty, I'll do an exception for you for military duty, okay? And if you're sick, we'll just we'll take an exam later in the fall semester, okay? Let's see. What else? You're only allowed to take, max you can have is 3 exams in 1 day. If you have 4 exams scheduled in 1 day, that's the 29th for our case, then I will make an accommodation for you to do our exam on another different day, okay? How many people have more than 3 exams scheduled in one day? Anybody experienced that so far? It's a pretty rare event. It's possible any campus at all the 4 campuses, you get 4 exams scheduled, the instructor's supposed to make an accommodation for you so they only have 3. That hasn't come up very often. Okay, let's see. You're fine?
I think I'd want to read a book. I loved that book. And so, sure enough, he read it. And I was like, all right, if my kid, who hates to read the book and loved it, I promise you you'll like it too. All right? It's about an American astronaut and a Soviet cosmonaut. So it is an autobiography. They flip between stories.
So is it Alexander who was the first man to come out of a spaceship?
He is.